Hello everybody, it's Carbonic Pikmin here, and I'm going to be trying something a little different today. I'm going to be actually giving some commentary on one of my Touhou 1cc attempts. This time we're here with Touhou 10, Mountain of Faith, and I'm using the MarisaB playstyle. Now, what I'm generally planning to do here is just give some general tips and advice, and just trying to make these uploads a little bit less uninteresting, I guess, because they're just gameplay, and you can find that anywhere else. So, now starting off with the first stage, the general advice is to just focus down on the individual enemies whenever the big one comes. You want to try to take out the large ones immediately, so that way you don't have the chance to shoot any bullets. And if I'm being honest, this part's entirely muscle memory, but it's very easy muscle memory. Just remember where the enemies come from and take them out as quickly as possible to reduce the bullets that you have to deal on screen at most. And every time you take out a wave of enemies, go to the top of the screen to collect all of the P and score. Now that we're at the mini boss, it's very simple patterns. They'll send out she'll send out an initial wave pattern and some arrows. You can easily squeeze between them. Be careful when you go to collect her the power she drops though, because those fairies, depending on when you kill her, can either immediately come out and immediately shoot out, or there'll be a delay. So just pay attention whenever you go for those. Now, generally with this, there's not really that much you need to worry about on the first stage, if I'm being completely honest. You just take out the enemies, and when I've done big groups, what I like to do is wait on one side of the screen and move all the way to the other. Take them out all at once. But now that we're actually at the boss, it's still not really anything you have to worry about. In fact, I like to be a little risky and graze the edge of that for some extra points. But yeah, I can't really give special advice on this one. It's a basic weaving through the bullets for this one. Since I'm playing as MarisaB, you kind of want to keep locked on her. And I'm assuming when you have a full power of 5, whenever you beat a boss, not a boss phase, instead of them dropping power, they'll drop special score tiles, which add more to their score than usual. I try to get those as much as I can in the playthrough, because the higher your score is, the more extra lives you can get. Right now I'm trying to get the first life, which I believe you get at, what is that, 1 million? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah, I think it's 1.5 million is when you get the first one up. Well, it's 2 million. It's one of those two, but yes. Now on to stage 2. It's a very easy stage 1. Not much to worry about. So stage 1, you want to go all the way to the left and take out the enemies. The ones on the right won't spawn anything, and then they'll start coming from the middle of the screen. You just want to move in a left and right pattern and avoid the bullets. Now this is where things get a little risky if you're not being careful. You kind of generally want to just switch between focused on unfocused fire to go from enemy to enemy. This is the part I like to be careful on. I try to have it get moved from one end of the screen to the other, and usually what I'm supposed to do is snake between one of the bullets, but if you can delay it for that long, at a point when the drum beat and the music starts coming down, that's when the next phase will start. So if you know how long the song goes on for, you can use that as a timing for yourself. And this one there's generally 2 ways to avoid it. One is going in like I think either clockwise or counterclockwise rotation. The other one is just squeezing between them carefully and keeping attention to both sides. Now for this, you just generally want to move from one end of the screen to the other, but carefully, mind you. You want to make sure all the bullets go on one end, and then you slowly move to the left or the right, depending on which way you bring the bullets. You kind of want to be at the middle of the screen by the end of the segment, so that way you can take out that enemy as quick as possible, and then the enemies just kind of come from the top, and you can take them out and get the bullets easily. The extend means I got an extra life, so it's 2 million, yeah. So alright, Hina is not a particularly hard boss, but she has a couple of spell cards that just do not like me for some particular reason. So this one can either get put in a really shitty position and be forced into using a bomb, which has happened to me a couple of times. I believe on this one I don't get forced to a bad position, and yeah, and I can pass. And I can pass it just fine. You have to be very quick on the draw to get the extra score points and have them drawn to you. That one's just a basic squeeze between them. This one, I don't like to fuck with this one, if I'm being honest. I've had bad experiences with the hitboxes. I swear there's something funky going on with them, so as soon as it gets close to me, I'll bomb. And generally in this game, when you bomb, you want to get up in the enemy's face to pump as many bullets in them as possible. This one's an easy dodge as well. You just kind of have to... The bullets at first will just move out of the way for you, but then eventually you have to do some very minor movements just to avoid the bullets. But I should make one note about bombing in this game. There aren't actually individual bombs that you use up. You use your power, which is a full 1 point every time out of 5. Now, beginning of stage 3, the enemies are be coming from the left side. I don't even know if those ones shoot, to be honest. I don't think they've ever had the chance to shoot me if they do. But you'll want to focus on the enemies coming from the side that stay still, because they'll start shooting bullets in a unfortunate pattern. These ones, just take them out as soon as they come on screen, because otherwise they will put a very unfortunate bullet rain on you. These ones, yeah, same thing as earlier. Take out the ones that are actually firing the bullets first, and worry about the ones that are moving slowly second. Yeah, nothing to really explain here. Just try to take them out as fast as possible, and minimize the amount of them that are spawning bullets. Missing a lot of blue points, but oh well, it's not the worst loss. You do want to get as many of them as possible, which you generally want to do that by touching the top of the screen, because there's an item get line that shows at the very beginning. It helps you collect all P and blue at once. Oh yeah, that was Notori. She immediately runs away from you, but then it's just an easy group of enemies. I like to rush for the top to get them. And this one's very simple. The bullets move in like I don't even know what to call this, like diagonal patterns. And you just need to be mindful of where they are, then position yourself in between them, and be careful of the other individual bullets. Just try not to get caught in a bad position, and she drops a 1-up. Alright, for this one, you just kind of want to be careful with your positioning and try to put yourself in between them. And this one's a little rough because depending on where you are, like the path you decide to take depends on how bad this is gonna be for you. Because they shoot like a... You can get... If you're against a wall, I'm being honest, you're probably fucked. You might have to use a bomb. But if you can get lucky placement and take out a bunch of them early on, you can kind of like snake around like I did. Slow movements. Slow movements help a lot with sort of semi-tracking bullet patterns. Alright, now inventory. Now she just immediately hardcore bullet spams, and while it seems very scary, it is very simple. Just find the opening. Be careful though, because the orbs are like the only real danger there. Now ooze flooding. Now I play this with reflections, so I already had immaculate detail on how to get through Notori, if I'm being honest. But for those who haven't, this one's just placement. As soon as you're secure on the orbs going left and right, just don't even touch up or down until the new until you have to rearrange yourself again, because you'll just get yourself killed. This is moving left and right. This one's, once again, just simple left and right movements. Make sure you're not in the way of the orbs, and then just snake left and right. This one, again, if you're in a bad position, you might have to blow a bomb. But if you're godlike, you can sneak between. I'm not godlike and panic bombed. I actually probably would have survived there just fine, but I panicked. Which, you know, it's not the worst thing in this game considering how easily you get power back, but still. This one, if I'm being honest, I really don't like to fuck around with this one because I always get clipped by one of the lasers. So I usually try to go for as long as I think I can, and as soon as I think I'm in danger, I pop a bomb and then just force me onto her face to end the fight. This stage, stage 4, pure evil. I cannot stand this stage. It does not like me. So I'm going to share my general advice. The slow movement strategy is very helpful. Probably don't do what I just did of like going around, but it saves me a lot. But don't do it too late because you'll get yourself caught when that enemy starts spamming this shit. I have no real advice for this. It's just generally moving left and right, but I always get caught with like the orbs. I'm not sure what in particular you have to do there, but I just bomb. That's what they're for. For here, just be careful you're dodging. Now these things, they're very small hitboxes, so you don't really need to worry about them, but they can be dense at times, so try to find the largest openings and stay away from like big clusters of them, and hope you'll be fine, and focus on taking them out as quick as possible. This, yeah, just slowly move and kill them, and Momiji, you're probably gonna end up in a bad position, so just bomb. Try to kill her as fast as humanly possible. If you're in a good position when you start the fight, you might only have to use one bomb, and you can dodge for as long as possible and just pop the bomb. I was in a bad position, so I had to spend 2. Once again, no real advice here. Just, I've managed it before perfectly fine, just moving left and right. It's a close, very close, like a fit to get past, but lately I've just bombed. I don't really have particular advice for that. This one, you can dodge that just fine, but sometimes you'll get a bad. A lot of this one you can just get fucked over bad positioning a lot. Maybe that's why I don't like this stage that much. These enemies are assholes. This stage is generally more just knowing where the enemies are gonna spawn and putting yourself in a good position so that way you can I don't know what I was thinking here getting the extra P, but and then not bombing. That was just an L. Don't do that. That was just a bad move on my part. This was after a if I recall, this is after a failed run, so I was a little stressed out. But yeah, this one is just some bullet spam. The bullets are slow moving and go in semi-random directions. Don't stress yourself too hard on it, but please don't get hit. It's right before Aya. Aya is a mix of really simple patterns and then patterns that I swear are like borderline impossible to go without using a bomb for. So this one's relatively easy. She loses her health pretty fast. This one, I don't like to fuck with it personally. I think maybe I've gotten through it once without using a bomb. I just bomb and then end it as fast as possible. You get the power to recover for the bomb. This one, it's you're just generally snaking around. Be very careful. The hitbox is smaller than you think, but I touched like my bad. But you wanna kind of sneak in between the bullets here. Pay attention to where you are so that way you don't get walled in and be ready to bomb in case. This one, sometimes I just get like a bad position, like a bad like bullet wall, and then get fucked over. Other times it goes like this, and I can just like kind of move in one direction slightly and stand still. Well, I might. Yeah, see what I mean? You can get in a bad position. Other times you won't. It's a little iffy. This one's similar to the last one, but it's a bit more dense, so be careful. But her health goes down really fast, so it's not too. This one, no advice. Honestly, just survive as long as you can. Pop a bomb as soon as you think you're in danger. It's a very short spell card. It's a survival. You can't take it out. You just have to go through it. But yeah, this one, honestly, I have no clue how you get through this one without using a bomb. I'm sure someone's done it, and props to them, but I'm not them. I'm not built like that. Alright, this one, yeah, I took a hit. This one's kind of like a, you want to move to the right. I think I just wanted to finish as quick as possible. The general idea is you want to move to the right or left in between the blue ones, so that way you can easily dodge the green ones. I always fuck up the timing and then get walled in. Alright, stage 5. This one is definitely, compared to other stage 5s in the series, and it is not actually too bad. As you can see, I'm trying to take out the enemies as soon as they spawn to reduce the bullets on screen. But they move in set patterns, and you can use that to your advantage, like usual, to have them go in a set position so that way you can easily dodge them. These enemies, they shoot a bunch of bullets in like the top screen, so I guess you can't like get a safe spot. So you generally just have to move in to the openings. Make sure you don't get walled in against the bottom of the screen. That's why I'm not staying at hugging the bottom. That was a death bomb. Very lucky on my end. I just got an extra life. So yeah, you kind of want to focus on taking them out as quick as possible, so that way they don't spam too many bullets and you don't get walled in. Be careful of the little fairies, because they're the ones sending out the big orbs. If you're ever scared, like I pussied out, just drop a bomb. And now we have Sinai. If I'm being honest, something about the stage 5 bosses and the pre-battle spell cards are always evil. I don't even like fucking with Sinai's. I just pop a bomb and get them over with as quick as possible. I'm sure there's a way around them, but honestly, I get stressed out enough getting past stage 4, and I just piss the bombs to get through it, so that way I don't have to risk losing lives, because while stage 6 isn't that too big a deal, the stage 6 boss is a little intensive near the end, so I like to have as many lives as possible. So I usually don't have to spend as many bombs here, but I guess I was just really stressed out while playing. Yeah, just generally snake between the bullets, collect the P to recover the bomb spam, obviously. So try to find like little safe spots in between, because they tend to go down in straight lines. For this, yeah, I don't even know how I did that. The one shooting the green kunai, I think is what they're called. They shoot it in like a simple pattern. I actually, every time I've reached Sinai, I skip to dialogue by complete accident, so this time I actually read it. But I love how floofy her hair is in this game. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, is that? I didn't really look that closely at it when I was playing, but wow, it is really floofy. Just general Touhou trash talk. Alright, so Sinai, if I'm being honest, compared to... She doesn't have a special gimmick like all the other Stage 5 bosses does. She doesn't have time stopping like Sakia. She doesn't have fucking Yomu's time slowing in the bullet spam. Who's 9? Okay, I guess Touhou 9 didn't really have anything special either, but you know what I mean. She's just particularly dense bullets at times, and she's mostly skill-based, actually, to be honest. You just have to be good at her patterns and know how to avoid them. This one, getting hit on this one is actually devastating, because it's probably her easiest pattern of them all, with, like, the easiest dodge. Please don't get hit on this one. It'll just, like, hurt you personally. Now, this one, I usually just bomb to get through it, but I'm sure there's, like, a pattern of, like, movement that'll get you through it. Yeah, like, you could have sneaked to the right. It looks like it's a short time frame though, so I usually just bomb to get to it as quick as possible. Here's another relatively simple one, but as you can see, you can get caught in a bad position depending on where she starts the bullet spam and where you are. This one, yeah, I was fucked here because I had no bombs and my fire was at the absolute weakest it could have been. I was just trying to stall as long as possible to do as much damage. Luckily, when you die, you can get an extra, like, 3 power off of the death, I think. So I use that to my advantage to be able to just end it quickly. And I do know how to dodge this one. It's pretty simple. It's just she sends out the big orb and you gotta sneak between, but sometimes I'll get unlucky with the orbs and I didn't want to risk it this late into the run because I wanted the 4 lives. I should pop the bomb and end as quick as possible. I'm sure you've noticed it's a tendency. I pop bombs a lot when I'm slightly worried about taking a hit. Alright, this stage is actually, if I'm being honest, it's just a lot of popping bombs to get in good positions and end as quick as possible because you get a lot of power off of these enemies. And you want to have as much power as possible going to this boss fight. Because it's the final boss, obviously. So, you want to pop a bomb to get rid of the intense bullet spam on screen. So that way you'll be ready to focus fire the one that the big intensive enemy will always appear at the center of the screen, so focus on taking the ones out so that way it'll be as little Danmaku on the screen as possible, and once it starts getting a little too close for comfort, you can pop the bomb, and it'll delete all the bullets in the middle of the screen, and you can focus on dodging. Why did I bomb there? Oh, yeah, because you wanna be able to get the extra power the enemy drops, because it'll probably put you at a higher point than wherever you were. And if you don't kill the enemy before the screen flashes white, and if you don't collect the power by the time the screen flashes white, it's gone. So that's why I bombed to kill as fast as possible. Now this is Kanako. First of all, she's playable in 17.5. That's amazing. Very excited to play as her. Second, the first spell card. I'm very tense at this point, I can tell you, because I have died at Kanako like 3 times on her final attack, and it is the most soul-crushing experience of all time. So I'm playing this fight especially safe, using bombs in order to end her attacks as quick as possible. So for this one, my general plan for it is to start as far to the left as I can go, and then slowly inch to the right, and once I'm about to get cornered, I bomb, get in her face real quick to do as much damage as possible, and try to set myself in a position where I won't get hit and I can end the fight. I hit the mic again, my bad. Now this one, she just kinda... I've been deceptively hit by this attack before, but as you can see, it's relatively simple. You just gotta watch where they appear and which direction they're gonna move in, and then move yourself accordingly. You can get caught off guard by this if you're not quick enough, though. This one is simple, but you can easily get walled off if you're not careful or quick enough, or tense like me. So a simple bomb can get you through that one quick enough. This one is dickheaded. Just send a bunch of orbs out, and then the knives will go in a straightforward direction, and then they'll start to spread out more the further they shoot out. So you'll have to. Ooh, how did I let that happen? So you'll have to move from the middle and then quickly to the side of the screen, depending on where the bullets shoot. Just pray for the best and hope you don't get clipped. This one is 2 very simple attacks and 1 really evil one. As you can see, that one's easy. Just put yourself in between the spaces, and those orbs are like notoriously just smaller hitboxes than they appear. Like, I think the entire white section you can avoid, and you can touch and be fine, as long as you don't touch the purple part. The knives are the one you actually have to be careful about. It's usually like a slow right movement, and occasionally you have to tap to the left slightly. But I was tired of getting clipped by it, and just use bombs to end it quickly. Here's another one that's just generally slow movement to delay yourself in front of her for as long as possible. Once you're about to get clipped, force yourself directly in front to do as much damage as possible, and then start the process again. When you get clipped again, I bomb. If you run out of bombs, sorry, you're getting hit. Now this is the attack this is what the entire run's leading up to, and this is the attack I've died like 3 times on, and it's still crushing. This is what you want the extra lives for. Now normally for most Touhou bosses, final bosses specifically, I don't know how I let that happen. That was just like a panic on my end, a finger slip something. But most Touhou final bosses, the final attack, they do not take damage from bosses. As you can see, the bomb is just not, it's barely even big in the first place. It's like neutralized pretty much. When you use the bomb, it turns her completely invincible, and she will not take any damage from the bomb or even your fire. So you kind of want to avoid using bombs, but don't completely avoid using them if you're going to die using a bomb, because losing a bomb is much better than losing a life. This is just an endurance test. You want to survive for as long as possible. That was a panic. To do as much damage as possible. It's a damage race, pretty much. You just need to out-damage her. She takes very little damage. Not very little damage. She has a crazy, intense amount of health. And as you can see, while it's not particularly difficult, Danmaku, it fucks with you just because of how long the endurance test is. It's gonna drain you, and you're gonna get tired eventually. It's gonna fuck up somehow. As you've seen, I made a lot of simple mistakes, and it is coming very down to the wire. But yeah, that one is just a lot of stress and mental play, and you have to stay as calm as possible in that one, essentially, as focused as you can, and try to keep the fight, well, from ending instantaneously. But yeah, that was my 1cc of Touhou 10. If you like the commentary, I'll do it from now on in the rest of the 1ccs. If you didn't, if this commentary, I should have specified this at the beginning of the video, but if the commentary was completely obnoxious to you and you just could not stand it, I'm always going to include a non-commentary video that you can find in the comments. It will be it'll be unlisted, so that way it won't like drown out my channel, like the video section. But it will always be available. Just check the description, and then go to the link will be right there. So please let me know what you thought in the comments down below, if I even get any comments on this. Thank you for watching. The next game will either be 11 or 13. 11's pretty rough. That'll probably be a while. 13 isn't so rough, but I get fucked up always near the end somehow. Yeah, look forward to that, please. I'm enjoying these games pretty thoroughly, I'd say. I've 1cc like what, 4 or 5 of them by now, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I've beaten 13. Yeah. Alright, that's all. I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please log in next time.